Welcome to Clash Champs YouTube channel, and today I will be your host TK, and I will dive into this strategy with the Root Riders. And mainly I'm bringing this because this is technically the last Legends League season, and you or some people out there might want to actually get their trophies the highest possible. But don't forget, we are gonna have a video very soon about a new army that you can actually get used to, practice it, so when the update comes, in case the Root Rider strategy is nerfed to the ground, you have that army secured and you can actually use it in the new leagues or whatever system there may be. But for now, we're going to dive into Legend League, and I'm going to give you a few tips and little tricks so you can use this army to the maximum capacity. First thing first, we're going to be diving into a rage and invisibility base here. And guys, one thing I want to make sure you guys understand is that on this strategy, the one that I mainly use with the Root Riders, firstly, we got one overgrowth. So I don't know if you guys use two or one. I personally never actually was like, oh, I wish I had another overgrowth. I was never like that. So one overgrowth was always fine for me. And for these bases, whenever like I hit them, I either get like the front of the town hall, whichever area this is, and either the other side, which is the monolith. The monolith is a bit tougher to reach, and from the Giga Bomb, you can actually tell there are going to be two different sides of the base that are trapped. So most likely when you see these, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to have the easier path. Now, as you saw, the moment the RC grabbed slight bit more value to the right side, as you can see, I'm going to start from the opposite side of that, meaning I'm going to have a wall breaker for the king, and the air defense here is the key thing. Once that air defense is down, you are funneled into the base. After that, all you need to do is a heavy rage spell with the warden ability, something that I always do myself. You can see obviously we're dropping nice headhunter timing, and now we go with the warden ability. Doesn't matter if the CC is annoying to us, it will be just fine. Now, the key thing about the overgrowth is that you want to make sure you drop it in a way that it actually push the army back to where the king was. So this way the army doesn't get separated in case you drop an overgrowth down here and the king is separated. This way we actually make sure the troops are staying compact together and nothing really moves away from the major part of the base. And the end of the attack, you can reach to that part of the base anyway. Little tip here with the RC charge: when you're getting close to a place where you know there might be a lot of traps, just pop her ability before that, and as you can see, the RC never really actually went into the Giga Bomb or the bombs that was there, or maybe there could have been more traps. You don't know this is Legends League, you have no idea where exactly the traps are, so the moment you see the RC maybe is low or something, you can drop that extra invis, for example, that you kept from the RC charges, and pop her ability quickly. Something that I usually do is to keep an invisibility on my RC charges, not necessarily exactly on these bases that I will show you today. You're gonna see why. So up next, we have a core town hall, and one thing I really wanna kind of make sure you guys understand here, let me grab my pen. And guys, it depends on your trophies, but if you're in high legends, there's technically some things that you can always make sure you know beforehand. That means the Giga Bomb. Guys, when you see the Giga Bomb here, everyone will be like, well, the other traps are on this area, or the traps could be on this area. Yeah, like you're just watching these areas. And in reality, in the lower trophies, that is correct. That is where the traps are. But in high legends, this is an illusion. People scare you with the Giga Bomb, and they scare you with the opposite side. So the moment you know that, the moment you realize these two areas is actually zero giant bomb, and people are trying to push the people into rage towers so they can have that little bit of the mindset game and trap them. This is why whenever you are in high legends and you see a base with the Giga Bomb, if that is a place you want to go with the RC charge, go for that place. Don't go complete opposite side, or don't go complete other side of the base. But in general, one thing I love to do on the core town hall bases is the log launcher on one of these corners, just because it's very easy to do the RC charge on the other hand. So if I want to make this corner right here, you can see how a little RC charge on this side can make sure there is this funnel cleared, and you can have log launcher and the queen, and then the main army going around the base. This attack with this exact approach can never really get baited. And as I told you, if you're in high legends, there is literally zero trap around the Giga Bomb most of the time. I'm not gonna say it's 100%, but for you to choose a plan, you can plan around the Giga Bomb. Now the tornado did drag us away, and I don't really want the monolith, so I'm just gonna keep an extra invis and just grab the monolith with the giant arrow. This is just a little detail that so many people might not remember to do. So that's why if you learn it, you can then start doing it. So keep that extra invisibility. Now I'm going to start with the Root Riders. As you're seeing on the top side, very further away, King drop with the Witches. I usually drop like a Barbarian in between them, so it cuts very good. And this is where there is three things to worry about, guys. There is Warden ability. Usually I pop it when this rage drops. There is obviously the Ice Golem, which because the early damage of the base weren't too much, I just didn't drop it, and I can keep it for this side so it can freeze for my king. And the next thing is the CC moving outwards. We're not even going to care about the log launcher anymore because the Yetis will also take down the town hall. Like there is no even point to drop your RC ability for that. So the three things are the Ice Golem, the Warden ability, and the Poison spell. So you need to be ready to deploy those. This is the only part of the attack that will be hard for you. So look at the timing. The moment I see the CC is nearly out, we go with the Poison. Now we go with the Ice Golem. Now we go with the Rage Warden ability. This is technically like all together usually. So always make sure you have this little bit of the multitasking. It's not too much, but it's not like you're just leaving the attack be. Again, a nice overgrowth, kind of getting some part of the Rage Tower, and again pushing the troops back to where the king is, so we can have them together and not take too much damage. Imagine if I overgrowth the Rage Tower, my Royal Champion and the army could go down, king could get cooked with like a few troops here, and things gonna go so much separated, but by the time they reach that Rage Tower, it's gonna be a tough Rage Tower to go through if you lost a lot of your hero abilities and HPs. But overall, this is how I love to hit these bases. If I see like these bases in the lower legends, and by the way, as I told you, there's literally zero giant bombs on this area, and the builder tried to make sure they play a mind game and like a, what do you even call it, like an anti something on your mind, you know, like just trying to make sure you go into the Rage Tower because you think the traps are the other side. So that's why I'm telling you, go into the Giga Bomb. If there's like 3-4 giant bombs, okay, you can back-to-back invis. DRC would never die. It's okay to lose the Fox, but for now, we're gonna move on to the next base. Now, the next base, it's going to be this double rage, heavy compact base. And there is two key things to take a note of on these ones. One thing is, I always drop DRC on the top side monolith. And one thing the builders have done is they put a bomb tower here and a bomb tower here, and there is some empty spots, so it's a bit scary to drop my regular RC approach for the box spaces, which is this one. But if I look the other side, there is a Giga Bomb, and there is a bit more empty spots here, but if you closely pay attention, there is really no area for giant bombs. As you can see, this is also with the statues. That's why we never say put statues inside the base, like in the areas where people trying to RC charge. The only place that it could be a giant bomb is this little area here, or maybe they try to put so many here, which is a bit unlikely, but there could be some Tesla, so you need to watch out. Now, this base is exactly designed to throw you off with the Giga Bomb again on the other side. But if you closely pay attention to the little details, like the statues, you can find out that there is no trap on the Giga Bomb, or even sometimes on the other side. And mainly the traps are on the top side where people do their long RC walks with the dragon attacks, people trying to get half the base with like the monolith. And here we're gonna have a little bit of the RC charge into this area. You're going to see on this attack, I actually use all of my invisibilities if I remember correctly, and it's a high risk, okay? Something that I don't want you guys to do is this exact approach. Like, I wasn't even sure DRC is gonna go to that left or right side. So I'm investing so much, and unfortunately, we didn't quite get that much. So the key thing with this RC charge is that I am now available to go through the town hall, a nice little bit of the overgrowth to again force the troops back where king and queen are going to go. So this is the general plan when I realized I couldn't do my regular plan. Regularly, I would RC charge the top side and just root rider from one of the rage towers. It would be so fine. Now, you need to watch out for this defense right here. A defense where it can easily activate your warden ability if the healers have switched to your root riders. So let's take a closer look here. By the way, I usually drop the RC a bit later, but as you can see now, yes, their damage is a lot, and I'm forced to pop the Warden a bit earlier than I actually anticipated because the Rage Towers have not dropped. And this is the area where I want to show you the power of this army with even one overgrowth. So you're forcing to go through base. We don't even have the Rage Wall, and this is just crazy control. Early freeze, even though, guys, if you take a closer look, Warden and Royal Champion are fine, but this freeze is to generally make sure troops stay healthy. Okay, if they stay healthy, can you see the other side of the base? There's still this much major defenses left, and if you lose everything to that two little troops with two little defenses with a raged up defenses version, it's going to be tough. And that's why I rather freeze there than freeze the backend, because that way I can have the RC ability in the backend if I have more troops that can go more forward than the RC. These are just little tips that I could have given you with the different bases that I brought here for you. And you can see, like, there's so many deeper aspects to the RC charge. Personally, I'm not even using this strategy, and I use this strategy only when I get very bad defense in Legends League. So if I use my own strategy that I'm practicing for, and you will see it very soon in the future videos on Clash Champs, that army I might do fails, and it's completely normal. So with this one, I'm most likely not going to fail a lot more, and I can just catch up with the bad defense that I had. But for you guys who are looking for the high trophies and high finish in your rank and your profile, so you can have this rank forever after the new system is being announced, hopefully this video was informative. And stay tuned, because my major army is going to be a little bit of a fireball Lalo attack, and you don't want to miss that. So subscribe to Clash Champs YouTube channel, and as always, use code CHAMPS. It helps us out a lot, and we appreciate your support. Hopefully we'll see you soon in the future. Take care and peace.